there's a weird little like mix into this episode where I'm more enjoying the filler content than I was a lot of the canon stuff that we had in this episode, because I'm more grateful as like, okay, we went through that half of the rest of that chapter that we just went through. Let's have some like filler stuff that's involving Yuno, which was a surprising turn, and having him returning to the village and his own little arc with his own characters. Like, it's really weird to say about that and how I'm reacting to this episode, because immediately when I saw that, my eyes couldn't roll further back into the back of my skull. But I was like, you know what? I was fine with this. So continue off from where we was with last week's episode. Oh no, that evil magician man stole my purse. Asta, I'ma fuck that guy up. Like, just skedaddles in there, and Thicc is there as well, and it's like, look at me, I'm a little moped, broom broom, I'm going around, oh, I just got stabbed in the fucking leg. And then like him and like Asta have this emotional moment as they're like going by. It's like, oh no, I could never be anything. I could never be better than you. It's like, oh, alright man, calm down. It ain't fucking lethal. Going a little bit overboard with this shit. But it's like, like, maybe it's just because I feel that's how I don't feel about Thicc. Like, I feel like he's just a nothing character for the most part. And it's like, fuck you, man. Like, even when he was like in the chapter of the manga, I was like, You do you, Thicc. You do you. Like, that's just how he is. And then Vanessa's like, ain't lethal. Don't worry. There was like one bit where it's like, I was like, Jesus Christ, Asta, you need to take the fucking thief's head off. I mean, regardless of what, he stole that bitch's purse. But he like uses his fucking sword as a javelin. He's like, here we go. Yep. Like that. It's like, what if that hit him dead on? He would have been impaled into some bored bastard's roof. Alright then. Blackpool's at it again, just murdered someone going in there. But no, it turns out this lady is secretly the Wizard King, Julius Chronos. Which, by the way, I was very shocked by the guy that was playing him, because he does a bunch of my favourite characters in a bunch of roles. Right, so he's Ishin in Bleach, which is awesome. He's a cool fucking father figure. I like that. He's Mardgear in Fairy Tail, which took me a little bit. It's like, alright, I can see the, like, I kind of took that at first. I was like, wait, is he from fucking Fairy Tail? Like, it's like, he sounded like a bit of the menacing voice, so I thought he was like Aragorn, or like one of the fucking, like, scrub lords from like the first couple of seasons, but no, he's Mardgear, and I was like, alright. He's, like, Sasaki in, like, Gintama, I was like, fucking alright, another cool character, like, added into the mix. And then another one, which took me by surprise, he's fucking Yoshikage Kira. He's like, Julius Chronos just wants a quiet life, I guess, like, fucking around in the black market. It's fine. He's just, like, honestly, like, you can tell from the style, like, immediately, I kind of like that about Julius, is like, although, like, you can see his design, it's like, alright, he looks like adult Naruto, like, at the end, or when he becomes the Hokage, but, like, when you find out a little bit more about him, you find out just how of the complete opposite he is to Naruto, where he's more chilled, fucking laid back, while Naruto, whenever he's grown older, he's like, oh, I'm a lot more serious and less fucking laid back, goofy. He's more just a fucking asshole for the most part in, like, the Boruto series. But Julius is like, I want to fuck... He's still out there exploring. He's like, I've still got a long ways to go, but, like, I love exploring. I love fucking learning new magic. And he, like, takes a keen interest in Asta because whatever he's got, that's some bullshit. I need to keep a close eye on him. So, if anything, like, the tiny snippet that we saw of Julius in this episode, I was like, alright, I really like his fucking voice actor. His voice actor does a shit ton of roles that I like in him. He does great villains, and he does pretty good father figure / mentors. So it's like, alright, he can do the mentor kind of father figure kind of thing, which I kind of get the vibe from Julius in the manga a little bit, where it's like, he's guiding the next generation, how it feels like on there. Whilst I still prefer characters like All Might, like I still think All Might character like is way better than him, but I still think that's, you know what, you did a good fucking role. Now here comes the weird part of the episode, and it's the filler bit, which it was half a fucking chapter, and I'm like, oh my god, we're actually doing this for like 13 episodes until the next call. We're just gonna, for some reason, let's just stick to 10 chapters. But, like, just keep it because, like we said, like, it's every fucking week we talk about it. So it's just like, whatever they want to do with the pacing, just fucking do it, as long as the filler's entertaining. So the entire gist of this is Vengeance sends out out Yuno and his team Klaus and Mimosa to go out and protect that asshole that Yuno one-shot in the tournament. And it's like, we're going to escort him back, and, you know, he specifically asked the Yuno, and he's going to, like, send 2 other people, and it's going to be part of, like, Yuno's squad. This is the first time we actually get to see Mimosa. Mimosa's a character that we see literally in the next arc. Same really with Klaus as well. And it's like, hey, their first appearances really are filler. I know Klaus has been in some other scenes, like, here and there, which is like, it's fine, but it's like the first real time that you get to see these characters. And interesting thing to notice about Mimosa's voice actress is she's brand new as well. She's like one of the new actresses where she's had a couple of like supporting roles and like I think one main role and something else, but she's honestly haven't got that much experience. Same thing with Asta's voice actor. And it's like, why is this chick so much better immediately in her role? It's like that. She sounds soft, she sounds quiet, and she knows what the fuck she's doing. Like, I like Mimosa, and just saying, them legs, extra thick. You like a little bit of the Noelle Tsundere? If you want, like, the real nice, just girl and all that, like, you know, and of course, like, I can see people already like, yeah, we're going to make those 2 a pair. We're going to make Yuno and her a pair. Like, people are already fucking doing that by day 1. It's like, yeah, of fucking course you are, you know. And of course he gets a little bit shy around and it's like, oh, that Yuno. He wants a little bit of that Mimosa. He likes it extra thick. Like, you learnt right, man. You learnt right. And basically the whole fucking episode turns out to, like, hey, I'm the guy that you one-shotted, remember? How about you tell me about your village? Tell me the populace. Tell how easy it is to crush the children under your feet. He's not really saying this. He's just like, I want to know how, you know, where you came from. I want to know everything about you. As I write off to the convenient villains that appear. And it's like, oh no, they came out of nowhere. Oh, protect me. They're totally not on my payroll. Oh, it's like, you can, and the fact that it's continued on to next week, it's like, oh my god, does no one else fucking here see this a mile away? Not even a mile away. I saw that before the motherfuckers came from the clouds. I saw those guys appearing with, like, they might as well said, belong to royalty. Like royalty bitch on top of their chains with the little skulls on them, and I'm like, look at these fucking trash ass Rave Master characters. Like, look at these fucking Rave Master fucking little grunts. That's what I got reminded of with these fucking guys. It's like, look at these fucking like dickheads going around. Although some really nice animation go through like some of this past episode, like when Yuno was flying around on the stand, I was like, all right, this has been pretty cool stuff. Like, I'm actually enjoying this. This is and it's, I guess as well, what really helps is this is giving us time with Yuno instead of it's the Asta show, where like the same thing is like you don't get to see Yuno for a while. Like, if anything, the anime has been kind of doing where it's like we've been focusing on Yuno quite a bit as well, and I guess as well since they've been extending a lot of the scenes, it's like it doesn't feel that long. But since how fast paced Black Clover is, and it takes like, I'd like to say it takes around about like 20 chapters, maybe even like 16 or so until you see Yuno again, but it's like you see him after like chapter 2, maybe 3, and then it's like, see you later, I'll see you in like 3-4 months. So you're like, oh, let's see how far Yuno's come, and we're already seeing in the filler, it's like he's grown a little bit. He's like kind of like, he seems like he's trying to talk to, trying to get better with people. That seems like to be more his biggest weakness so far, where it's like he's still struggling to talk to people and like kind of really find trust in them. But it's like you can see like he's getting better at his wind manipulation, and I kind of like that they showed him slightly fucking up as well, when he's like he lost his balance and he's like losing off his broom. It's like, oh, is he still inexperienced? Which I kind of like. While in the manga he seems like a fucking demigod a lot of the time, where it's like I can't do anything wrong. So like, then again, there are things I'm liking where the anime is helping with a lot of characterization in some parts, and then it's fucking it up royally and stretching it where it doesn't need to be in others. So it's weird, where it's like, it is such a mixed bag with this show. It is the most mixed shit. And it's like, there are bits I fucking adore as a manga fan, and then as well, there are bits like where the anime just does it better sometimes than the manga, and then it's vice versa, like, all the time. But, like, they go back to Haji Village, and it's like, oh, cool, we get to see, you know, Sister Lily again. We get to see all these fucking chuckle fucks, the priest and all that. And it's like, oh, I thought this would have been like a big thing in the manga, like where it's like, hey, we're back. You know, like Yuno and him go back after like a couple of chapters. Like, let's go back and see how everyone's doing. Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, shit happened. Like, I thought it'd be like that because here's the thing, like, not really a spoiler, but in the manga right now, they still haven't returned to Haji Village. That's still not a thing, so... But they do give us some insight where it's like, it sounds like the fucking the first original Wizard King came around from Haji Village. They were really fucking heavily implying shit with, like, Yuno's, like, fucking pendant, which is something that's kind of been, like, left around in the manga for a bit. It hasn't really been mentioned again for a while. Right? It's like, he must be related to him somehow, or it's like, oh, he has connections to the Wizard King. It's like the same thing with, like, Asta. Asta's origin as well still hasn't been explained, but regardless, they've got a tie if they must have been sent at the same time. It's like orphans, but you could see it right at the end of the episode with all the people attacking and like with the whole noble shit, and they pretty much stay there. It's like, yeah, let's recuperate a little bit. You can tell a fucking mile away it's the villain, fucking that asshole noble guy. And it's like, he's bitter because he couldn't become a knight, and he's also upset because he's like, fucking this trash ass like fucking piece of shit peasant beat me, royalty, a noble. And he's like there, and even still he's like, well, you're the guy that's gonna be the next Wizard King, so at least I can fucking brag to my kids, which I don't fucking have yet, that I fought the Wizard King, and I can look like a big dick G, where it's like, yeah, I gave him a run through his money. He's like, dude, literally you got one-shotted, and the fucking anime stretched it out for half the episode to show how much of the one shot that you got. Like, don't even try and act like you're fucking anything, lad. Don't even. Just don't. Overall, there were some things I liked in this episode. Like, there was some weird shit. Like it's 3/4 of it felt like it's Asta. It wasn't about Asta. It was Yuno. And considering how the next episode is called The Wizard King's, like, you know, like continued, like, it is like, oh, alright then, so it's like, I'm putting my hopes on, like, Asta, and same thing with, you know, and I was like, because how it goes in the manga is, like, after you see Julius, it cuts straight to the next arc. There's none of this shit, so, like, the people wondering, we're on chapter 10 right now, and it seems like we're going to stay like that for next week, so wait until opening 2 happens, and then when you see the dungeon arc, it's like, yep, alright, we want to animate this material finally, so considering that that's going to be the first core of Black Clover over, I might do a video on it to talk about, like, hey, this is what needs to improve, and this is what needs to stay the same, so very fucking curious what like core 2 is going to be like. It's going to be weird thinking about this. This is going to be 13 episodes, but I liked this episode. I think I would definitely say last week's episode was really weak for like the most part. It had some cool little additions here and there. Like, I like the stuff with Gray. I like some of like the additional characters there, but it's like overall, yeah, like there was just like a cool little bunch of cameos. This was like, no, let's do something with Yuno. Let's actually have like some filler stuff, and it like means something. But then again, it's like the villain. I wonder who it can be. And then also as well, you get to see Julius Chronos. So you know, that's a character I really like in the manga. So like, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in the future. So overall, what do you think about this episode? I'm pretty curious about that. Do you like the filler more than you like the canon in this week? Because that was definitely me. I like the fucking filler more than I like the canon this week. So there we go. And we're probably going to get a full filler episode next week. So, hey, I would rather have this than a full recap episode. I will always take this over the fucking recap. So, fuck it. Take it. And if it's fine, it's fine. Rather than that than wasting 20 minutes of my fucking life with some of that shit. Alright? We done. We out of here. Thank you as always for watching. And I'll see you guys, though, next time.